Hello, Sanbonani. My name is Lungsan Hlongwa, and today I'm sharing another idea from the book of the month, which is The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, my absolute favorite writer, a man that I dream of one day having a conversation with and posting it for you to watch and see and consume and enjoy. But so long as that hasn't happened, I'll just be creating content and sharing the ideas that I read from these books, and hoping that you enjoy them, that you glean some amount of value from them. So the idea that we're discussing today, or that I'm going to say some words about today, is called See Through People's Masks, the law of role playing. I think I'm going to do this a bit more often, which is to sort of share the first paragraph of the chapter, because it explains and encapsulates the idea of the chapter in such a concise, such a powerful and clear manner that it's really worth me reading. So this is the chapter. It's the law of role playing. People tend to wear the mask that shows them off in the best possible light. Humble, confident, diligent. They say the right things, smile, and seem interested in our ideas. They learn to conceal their insecurities and envy. If we take this appearance for reality, we never really know their true feelings, and on occasion we are blindsided by their sudden resistance, hostility, and manipulative actions. Fortunately, the mask has cracks in it. People continually leak out their true feelings and unconscious desires in the non-verbal cues they cannot completely control. Facial expressions, vocal inflections, tension in the body, and nervous gestures. You must master this language by transforming yourself into a superior reader of men and women. Armed with this knowledge, you can take the proper defensive measures. On the other hand, since appearances are what people judge you by, you must learn how to present the best front and play your role to a maximum effect. The fundamental idea, the sort of premise of this book, of this chapter rather, is that we as human beings are all actors. And I think Shakespeare described it, most perfectly. He said, all the world's a stage, and all men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. This is the reality according to this chapter. We are all actors. We are all role players. And it's quite easy to identify this even in our own language, when somebody isn't doing things correctly, very, very easily we say they're not acting properly, we wear masks. That's the reality. We have roles, and when you're dealing with your child, for example, you're in a different role than you are in when you are in business, for example, in a working relationship or a relationship with your partner, So all these roles and all these acts are just part of the human experience. And the reality that we are faced with is that many people, all of us without exception, play these different roles and wear certain masks to give off certain impressions. Again, confident, diligent, competent, things of that sort, right? But those masks are not necessarily the truth. We hide our insecurities, as is described, and we provide a certain front that sort of gives and sends the message that we want to send. And it's incredibly important for us to be able to read people and understand people, not necessarily for the mask that they wear, but for what the reality and what the truth beneath those masks are. if we are going to be able to sort of act properly or behave properly or have an advantage in whatever it is that we're doing. So in this chapter, Robert Greene tells the story of Milton Erickson, who in about 1919 fell ill with polio, and he was completely paralyzed, completely paralyzed. Couldn't even move his mouth, couldn't move his hands, couldn't move his arms, couldn't move any part of his body. The only part that he could literally move were his eyes. And when he was in that state, he sort of began to see the things that he otherwise hadn't been able to see. He saw the body language of people. He saw their gestures. He saw micro expressions on their faces, things that people usually use words in order to conceal, but those sort of cracks that Robert Greene speaks about were always there for him to see once he started looking carefully. So this is what the chapter is about. It's about having the ability to read people, having the ability to pay attention to people in order to be able to make the most informed decision and take actions that are well informed, that are in accordance to the reality of things and not necessarily according to the facades or the faces or the masks that people sort of portray. It's a great chapter. It goes into speaking about different types of people and different types of masks that they wear, and advises and gives ways in terms of how to sort of construct your sort of structure, your masks, how to assume them, how to see other people's, but also how to construct your own, because at the end of the day, perception is what we are judged by. That may not be the ideal, but that is the reality. And Robert Greene is, if nothing else, he is a realist and writes in accordance with realism. Anyway, that's the idea. Tell me what you think about it, and I'll see you in the comment section. Cheers.